Hi, my name is Keone Terrell, and I'm going to show you guys how to make a Super Mario Gingerbread Castle. So let's begin. I'm going to show you guys the box right now. So as you guys can see, that you have to take everything out. It comes with 4 pre-baked gingerbread panels. It comes with a whole bunch of different kind of colorful candies and some decorations. So let's see what we have here. So we have our icing pack. Let me put this down. We have our icing pack. Comes with a lot of icing. It tells you that you should massage the icing for 1 minute so you have a smooth consistency. So let's start by doing that. So all you want to do is, like, if you're massaging, just make sure that you get everywhere. If you feel like mostly on the bottom, you're going to feel it a little bit thicker. So just by doing this, you get to soften it and it'll be easier to work with later on. So let me set that aside for you guys. You have the star-shaped candies that you get in Mario. So these we're going to use for decoration. You have these Jello candies here. You have some other kind of candy in here, which we will see later. It is called fondant. Right here it says that it's flavor fondant. We have black icing. We have tips, icing tips. We have a Mario candy right here and some more gold coins. We have Toad's head. We have the Life Plus and the regular Toad head. We have the gingerbread house itself. We have some, I believe this is more fondant, and this is what we're gonna put around the castle on the floor. And these are the instructions for assembly. So what we're gonna start doing is that we're gonna start unboxing the gingerbread house. You always have to make sure that your pieces are in whole. You're always going to get situations where your gingerbread house is not whole, but we'll work with what we have. So here we have a wall. Here we have 3/4 of Toad's head. We have the other wall. And the 2 castles. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start gluing everything together with the icing. And then we're going to start decorating. So what I recommend is having a piece of cardboard or like the metal cooking sheet trays that you should have, so we can just like put everything together. Okay, so you can tell which one's the front because the front has a door. So we're going to start with the front and then we'll do the back side. So let's get our icing. You're going to take off the top. Alright, so once you cut off the top, we're just going to start icing. You just want to be very patient when you're icing. You might want to just lay it flat and then just work with the icing like this. And you have to have a lot of patience. So what you want to do is a good amount of icing and start to see if with that you can work with putting the pieces together. So what I'm just doing is putting icing everywhere underneath the gingerbread house, where it connects, around it, so everything is stable. So I'm just going to put these 2 together. And now I'm going to start doing the other side as well. So first you want to put it on the floor. Let me show you guys. First you want to put it on the floor, then you want to put it on the wall it's connecting to. And be generous with the icing that you use. Don't be afraid to use a lot if you have to, because that's how things work. So we're just going to put these 2 together. And then now we're going to start adding the back side. So let me just show you guys how I just put this together. It's actually pretty good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put the back wall. So first, remember, put icing on the ground first so that nothing falls. Be very generous. And then you're gonna put it on the walls itself. So now we're gonna get the wall. We're gonna put it on top of the icing first, and then we're gonna, with our hands, push it upwards towards the walls. Just like this. So you see how nicely it sticks together? What we're gonna do is we're gonna start putting in our details. So I'm gonna put in my toad's head right on top. So I'm gonna start putting the icing right up here. Put the icing first on one side, then you're gonna put it on the other side. And then you're just gonna put it starting from the bottom and then going upwards. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna start adding small details. The box comes with something like this. So what we're gonna do is that we're going to put it in the front. Just slide it in. Just like this, guys. And then we're gonna decorate around it. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna start decorating it. So let's set this aside. Let's open up our fondant. And as you can see, it's a red fondant. So we're gonna just, with our hands, we're gonna knead it. And just like, if it was like almost like an airhead, we're gonna try to roll it onto the table if we can. And then what we're gonna do is that we're gonna decorate our toad. So I'm gonna take it off. Actually, you can't. Yeah, you can. I'm gonna take it off and I'm gonna try to decorate his head with the red. So I'm just gonna flatten this. You can use anything. I would recommend a roller. And like go around his details. So we're gonna use the icing as a way as like an adhesive. And we're just gonna decorate around his face. And his spots, of course. And since our toad was broken, I'm gonna try to make it look like complete the missing part, so it looks completed. It's normally not our fault because you don't know when you're buying this stuff if it's broken or not. You just have to hope that it's not. And then what we'll do is that we'll go back in with our icing, and on the negative space we're gonna fill them in with the icing, because you know that a toad has like white polka dots on it, so that's exactly what we're gonna do. So fondant usually doesn't stick to anything unless you have a frosting or buttercream or anything underneath, because it needs something to hold on to. Now we're just finishing the rest of his face and we'll almost be done. So I'm going to put the frosting first, then spread it, and then put the fondant. And then now what we're going to do is that in the area that we were missing fondant, we're going to put the icing. And we're going to try to flatten it in a way. So we're going to try to make it flat. Almost trying to look like the circles in a toad. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the black icing on his eyes. Just like this. Put our castle. Bring in our castle. We already know where we're gonna place Toad. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna start decorating. So we're gonna try to bring in our other tip and try to make a little bit of a border around the castle. You're gonna end up with something more or less like this. It looks pretty cool when you have a specific like piping tool. Squeeze and lift. Squeeze and lift. Squeeze and lift. And that's the front of our castle right there. So now what we're gonna do is that we're gonna start opening our candies. And we're gonna start decorating them on the front of the house. So I'm gonna use red, a little bit of green, and make a pattern. Red, green, red, green. So that's gonna be our pattern. And then we're gonna start adding small little things that it comes in the box. Like our red toad, stick them right there in the entrance. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna fill in around him with the black icing. So first what you wanna do is start up, going downwards, and then just work your way inwards. Start with the outline and then work your way inwards. So that is our door. What we're gonna keep doing is just keep adding decorations all around our castle. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add the stars, I'm gonna add Mario, and I'm gonna add the coin. It's not gonna come out perfect, so don't ever worry, because I mean it is something you're gonna eat afterwards. But let me just show you. You're gonna have something more or less like this. So what we're gonna do is just add some decorations on the top. I'll show you guys. We're gonna put one on each column, and then we're just gonna keep decorating all around with our money coins and our stars. So you're just gonna, you don't have to use all of them because it is a lot. You could just place them all around Mario, just like this. And if you feel like you guys have any imperfections, this is the moment where you could take advantage and put a little bit of something around, cover up your decoration, because the whole point is for it to look nice, right? So what I like to do is that I want to keep the coins around Mario. Remember, just add just a little bit of icing. You don't need that much. We're gonna put them on the floor just to make it more fun, to make it look like they fell. Let's put them all over the floor, just like this, guys. All overlapping each other. Like this. I think that looks fun. To make it look like he hit the box and it exploded all around him. So as you can see, guys, I added a whole bunch of coins on this side and I added the stars on the other side. So now what we're gonna do to finish everything off is we're gonna just put Toad's head on top as like our crowning jewel, and then we'll be done. So let's just put him in as our crown jewel. And that is it, guys. So I hope you guys had fun. I'll see you guys next time.